Trying again. Please. Okay, I can see myself, which is a good thing. I can see the chat. I am not muted. Okay, let's try again, guys. Hey, okay, and I can see your chat. Can you hear me, Mr. Wheeler? Three different. Yay! Okay, I am so sorry about that. Oh my god. So apparently, yeah, I set the thing as a premiere, and at 8:30 my time. And hello, Nicole. How are you, dear? I set the video as a premiere, and for some reason it opened up 2 copies of it, and I was getting such lag that the feedback was driving me absolutely bonkers. So then I closed both videos and figured I'd try again, and I made the video that everybody saw just a swirl. So I guess YouTube was a little crazy, like, well, do you want to make a video or not? One video, just one. So, okay, so I only have 2 people in here. I was hoping I would get more, but maybe more people will trickle in as we go because, okay, so I've got New Comic Book Day. I've got 2 packages that arrived, one from Southern Comic Geek and one from Wolf Blitz. They were the books that I picked up in their recent claim sale. I got a book that came back from CGC as a reholder, and we finally have a winner. Hey, for the 500 subscriber giveaway. Believe it or not, yes. Yes, I still speak the same. Well, I think I get a little bit of a lisp because my teeth are getting older and getting a little bit more in the gumminess. Haven't seen you since I was in my 40s, dear. Almost in my 30s. Well, I don't know. I've seen your videos. I know what you sound like, and you sound the same too. But by the way, you are, if I'm not mistaken, on your age, which I'm not going to see on the channel, but according to your videos, I need to tell you, you need to start aging a little bit because I'm getting ticked off that I'm aging and you're not. Okay, just throwing that out there. I low budget comics and things. Okay, I want to get to that a little bit later on, but it is in reference to the winner contacting me for the Venom book. It is a done deal. I just wanted to have a few more people in here if possible before I'm aging, trust me. Everybody says that. I don't see it. So anyway, I'm sure that people will play this back anyway. Low budget comics and things. What happened was I actually had the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 names, as you said, and today is the 5th name deadline. A little bit of an extenuating circumstance, and I was contacted by the second person, who is Mr. Vidal. He contacted me on Saturday and said that he missed the video completely because he and his entire family had been very sick with COVID. And being as I just got over it myself, and that was 2 of the worst weeks I've ever had, I can attest to the fact that I didn't feel like watching videos or doing anything either. So he asked me on Saturday if there was any way that he could still, say, hey, I'm claiming the book. I told him, theoretically, no, because I currently have somebody on the clock who was Angelo Medina. I said, but given the extenuating circumstance and the fact that he was being very polite, and I want to give this book away. I said, if he does not claim the book by Wednesday, I will then declare you the winner. Well, it is now Wednesday, and I talked to him again today. Mr. Vidal, if you see the video, the 500 subscriber book, Venom Annual number 1, 9.8 signed by Kate's Ann Stegman, is yours. You've got it. So I'll talk to you again tomorrow about getting your address. I understand you didn't want to give me your address until you were declared the winner. I get that. But, just so people don't worry about the fact that there are going to be good books. That was the 500. The 750 is going to be Amazing Spider-Man number 210, 9.2 white pages. First appearance of Madam Web. Okay, so what did I get today in New Comic Book Day? Hey, I got a nice stack. Okay, so I'm going to start right off with some DC love. And anybody knows I'm not a DC, I'm not a big DC fan, but I got to give respect for what it is. We got Arkham City, The Order of the World. Oh, and it's going to be reversed print. Oh, isn't that nice? I'll have to figure out how to flip that over so that way text shows up properly. And there's another copy of Arkham City, different cover A, cover B. Try to get a little bit of the glare out. The artistry on all these books, honestly, I don't really think as highly about DC cover art as I do about Marvel. Lately, I'm being smacked back down. I'm sorry. Yeah, exactly. It's a gorgeous book, and DC art is really blowing me out of the water. That Arkham City, by the way, is just a 6-book arc, so I haven't read it yet. I don't know. There had a couple of different versions of the Nice House on the Lake #5, and I'm just loving the artistry on this as well. I picked up this cover because I thought it was just too good. Let's see. I picked up a copy of Last Flight Out #2. And The Last Book You'll Ever Read #3. I'm going to put that and that and that towards the end with that. 2. That's got to go there. Yeah, I really should have done this ahead of time, right? So we've got an Upshot book, which, if you want to get independent, let's really go. It's just Out, #1, which, again, I've got to figure out how to flip that so that way it actually reads correctly. I hate when the text is backwards. I'll get that for the next video. It's just a miracle I got this video going. Hey, low budget, how's it going? My LCS received lots of image books. Because of that, I have to wait for Wonder Woman variant. I actually saw a couple of videos before I came down here today that was talking about how Marvel, DC, and Penguin have really, we're all adults here, screwed the pooch, and not in the stray dogs kind of way. A lot of books got damaged all over the place, not just your LCS. So I did pick up a copy of Dark Ages #2. To go with my 5 copies of Dark Ages #1. I picked up 2 copies of this one, and I don't know if it's going to shoot up or not, but the last one really did, and I just wanted to make sure I could get one for a 9.8. It's Spider-Man #75 with the new what do you call it? Web version, like they did back in 55. There's no way they went through 20 issues already since that. That's got to be wrong. Can't be from 55 to 75 that quick. No way. Anyway, I have no idea. It's just this one seemed so strange. It was cool, and sometimes those are the ones that really get you. So we got Chicken Devil, Chicken Devil #1, and while I was at it, I got the 1 in 15 variant of Chicken Devil #1. Now, what seemed to be one of the hottest books in the store today. And I don't know about anybody else's LCS. Did I get Frontiersman #1? No, I did not see that. I didn't have it on my pull list, and I did not see that on the shelf. I don't know if my LCS just didn't get it, or if by the time I got there, they were sold out. Yes, there I am. Thank you for joining us, Jimmy G. Appreciate it. I was actually hoping the Baki Gonzo, he officially became my first moderator on Sunday. It's funny, the on the fly live stream on Sunday, just click it and go, seemed to work so much better than the planned one. So apparently I can't plan anything. All right, so the one that actually seemed to be selling one of the best was A Righteous Thirst for Vengeance. It's a new, was that Image, right? Yeah, Image comic. So there's one cover. It's very dark. It's actually very hard for me to get them on the screen, but the artwork is interesting, and I'm not going to, I'm going to let everybody try to come up with their own conclusions. Righteous Thirst for Vengeance #1 there, and another version of the copy. Now, of the 3, honestly, I like this one the best. It's not that it has the best art, but just the color contrast that they have make the picture a little bit easier to see. I didn't pay attention to see which one had the most sales, but what I was able to get was the 1 in 25. He had that there. And gotta look, come on, 1 in 25 of a hot new book, and he sells it for 25. You gotta love this guy. Syndicate Comics. Gotta love him. Wow, I have 4 people and 5 likes. Whoever figured out how to smash that button twice, you're the man. So let's get into some of the books that I picked up from the claim sale, and we're going to get the Southern Comic Geek first. Now, this is a show that goes on Saturdays. You can find it on Southern Comic Geek, and he has other people there as well. It went on for 5 hours. It's a 5-hour show selling comic books, and even if you don't buy any comic books, just join the chat, click like, and talk comics for 5 hours. I mean, is there a better way to spend a Saturday? So we have Ghost Rider Road to Vengeance, number 14. I picked up a lot of Ghost Rider books because, as everybody knows, hopefully you know, Ghost Rider is my wife's favorite comic book, and that's why I got her that one. I've got number 15. I have Spirits of Vengeance, Blaze Gate number 18. I picked up number 17. Black. He just was throwing these out in the, a dollar. And as he's putting them out, I'm like, I'll take C, I'll take D, I'll take F, I'll take C, I'll take D, I'll take F. So I'm like, whatever Ghost Rider books you have, put them in my bin. At $1 a piece for Ghost Rider reads, I'm fine with that. That was number 22. Here's number 20. Ghost Rider number 43. That's a cool cover. Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance number 8. Number 7. God, I told her I got a lot of books. I was losing track. Number 4. Number 19. There was the one that I missed out earlier. Hey, believe it or not, I actually got a couple books for myself out of that whole thing for me. So, for me, Wolverine number 12. I love the artwork in that. Gotta make sure it goes into a separate pile, otherwise it'll go into her box and I'll never see it again. Avengers Empire, number 0. More cool artwork. Star Trek. I can't see what number it is. After Darkness. Oh, number 22. There we go. I keep buying a lot of Star Wars. This is actually my first Star Trek book. I just wanted to have one. And somebody needs to see what I paid on that. That's fine. I'm going to butcher this one. Mutanimals. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, number 1. In really nice condition. I don't think it's a candidate because of the bottom corner, but still 9.4-ish. So that's what I was able to get from Southern Comic Geek. And it was actually so nice he actually even threw it in a box. Now, granted, everybody knows the I Feel Like Peter boxes. They come from California. They're some of the biggest mystery boxes on the planet. But if anybody notices a shortage of painter's tape in the world, we all know we can go after Wolf Blitz because he taped the heck out of this thing. And I was actually trying to get everything unwrapped, really double taped, trying to get everything unwrapped ahead of time. I got to get back into the chat, see what I got here. DC's up the game lately, LCS. Don't forget to hit the like button on this live. Well, thank you very much, low budget. I appreciate that. Low budget wrench. Showing up that you're administrator, I've liked a long time ago. Well, now you're showing up as a wrench yourself. Nicole is actually somebody that I have been friends with. Oh boy, see now I moved down here in 2014. I started 2002, and no, you weren't there originally. Probably about 2005 you got there. So I'm saying we're probably 15, 16 years we're friends. I hope you had those damn kids number 1 on your poll list. Kids number 1. I don't know. I'm not even sure what book that is. I'd love it if you could share the information, Anthony. So which book are you talking about on that? The kids number 1. For some reason, the only thing that's coming into my head is Kids in the Hall, which I know it can't. There couldn't have been a book like that. I'm still peeling tape off of this. Can you believe this? No, I actually got 3 sides, which allows me to do this. Okay. Oh my God. Nothing was going to get damaged. This was going to survive. This was going to outlast Share, this package. And now we got just cardboard and cardboard. Hey, we got 2 books. Cool. Okay, so yes, I got some books here that were just really, I just looked at them and said, I just want to have them in my collection. This one's got a lot of spine ticks. I didn't care. I just wanted it. That's where some of the fun. Captain America and Falcon number 175. Let's make a separate pile here. Get this out of here. I wish I could show you the pile of boxes and bubble wrap and everything from trying to open everything up today. So this was, I remember reading this story when I was a kid, and I just wanted to reread it, which is What If the Phoenix Had Not Died? Besides everything that's What If these days, I would like to get that. Master of Shang-Chi number 26. I know a lot of the Shang-Chi has died down quite a bit. Second Sight Publishing. The book is called Those Damn Kids. I did not see anything. And on his pull list, I don't remember seeing the comic book company Second Sight. But I will definitely make a look into it. Second Sight. Those Damn Kids. Sounds like your house, Nicole. Just kidding. If it was Those Damn Dogs, it'd be my house. Captain America Falcon number 219. Another book that I actually remember reading when I was a kid. Boy, am I dating myself now. Web of Spider-Man number 101. Just because it's a cool cover. Anytime I get to see Jameson get his comeuppance, I love it. X-Men number 163. I don't think this was the first story of the Brood, but it was definitely in that storyline. We have X-Men number 177. X-Men number 169. Oh, man, I remember these stories so clearly, so vividly. I was reading comics for the longest time. That's what I got from Wolf List. For the longest time, and I was not reading X-Men. Just, I don't know, even just the name of it just didn't appeal to me. And somebody told me, you've got to pick up an issue. You've got to read one of these. And I think I read X-Men number 166 first. That's a double-sized one that was the fight against the Brood. And I'm flipping out like, how have I not been reading these? Anthony's saying that the book, Those Damn Kids, is very underrated. Well, that's usually how those ones sneak past us, and we wish we had the chance to go back. By the way, if any of you guys have a YouTube channel, I would be absolutely fine if you were to throw a link to your channel in the chat box. So not only people now, but anybody that stream it later on would also see and get a chance to boost everybody's subscription. I mean, we're all one big happy comic family. So this book came in. I ordered a trade paperback. And if it was any other movie, I wouldn't have. But the Stray Dogs from the Nightmare on Elm Street. Nightmare on Elm Street. Oh my God. Nightmare Before Christmas cover. And it is a Black Cape comic exclusive. And it is limited to 500. And this is number 211 out of 500. And this is going to go into the pile of books that I will eventually send to MSC that have to get graded for magazine size. I still have my Last Ronin and my comic scene first appearance of Harley Quinn. Yes, it is her first appearance. I'm sorry. The other one is her first appearance in comics. But the first people looked at it and said, what character is that? Because she had not appeared anywhere else. All right. So other than that, there's only one other thing that came today. And this one was actually funny. I knew this book was coming, but I thought it was coming here to my house. So I'm watching the tracking and everything. Meanwhile, on my desk, there's a box from early this morning, dropped off even before I got to work. And I'm thinking it's maybe some brochure from some company or some parts that got sent. I have no clue. Maybe 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I decided to open it up, and it is. I had sent in one book to CGC for a reholder, and it got delivered. I put the address down to my job. Apparently, this was a book that I picked up about a year and a half ago, and I got it at a really decent price because it had some horrific Newton rings. And I sent it in for the $20 reholdering, and I'm so glad it is back now. It's my Eternals #1 in a 9.4 white page. This is the origin and first appearance of the Eternals. And there are a lot of books that I buy because I want them. This is honestly one of those books that I bought with the intention of flipping it. I wanted to have this reholdered. I got this well over a year ago. I just kept putting off getting it reholdered until it became either do it now or you're never going to get it done. And I've got my show, one of my first real comic book show, not a flea market or street fair or anything. Thank you very much. Front right on Sweet Eternals #1. Oh. See if I can do that. Come on, you little drop down thing. Was the publication date 2014 or older? Are you asking about the book Those Damn Kids? Because I don't want to open up a tab and then freeze everything up. He was asking if I had it on my pull list, so I assumed it was something that was released today, this month. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use my phone and look it up and see if I can pull up a quick picture of it. How's that? This way, hopefully, not gonna touch anything on the laptop, which is gonna mess this up. #1. That helps maybe. Cover A, Helmut Rocho. They had a Felix Morales cover limited to 200. Ooh. It's limited to 200 and there's 10 middles. Was that the Kickstarter one, Anthony? June 25th might have been the day that you could start ordering it. Let's see if I can get a picture of one of these. Let's see. Is this the book? Come on, focus. Focus. Be nice. Anyway, that's the question. Is that the book that you were referring to? When you're looking in the description, make sure, Nicole, make sure that you do look for the publisher, Second Sight Publishing. First thing, I guess, if you really want it, you can go on to like Google Images, look for Second Sight Publishing. They should show some sort of a logo, and then on the comic book, you should see that logo tiny bit on the cover itself. And yes, that's the book. So Nicole, I'll text you a copy of that if you wanted to. I have a different question, Nicole. When did you start buying comic books? I mean, hey, come on in, jump into the pool. The water's great. Welcome to expensive paper. No, look, comic books. It's a great world, and it's really been amplified by the MCU, which is my really dumb segue into the next part that I wanted to talk. Has anybody not watched What If? And if you have you seen the finale that came out today? That's why I wanted to do 8:30 tonight. I changed it. Originally was at 8 o'clock because I wanted to make sure that I did not miss out watching that before doing this video. Okay. The What If final series finale was tonight. And don't leave the video. I'm not doing spoilers. Reading the What If comics growing up, every story was a standalone, pretty much. They did not influence issue number 24 had nothing to do with issue number 25. The format in the TV show is a little bit different, but it's pretty much what I expected it to be. Anybody that's followed it at all has heard that they have announced that what happens in the What If animated series is canon for the MCU going forward. So, again, I don't want to give any spoilers. I loved the final episode. The final 3 episodes, actually, just really tied nicely together. And that seems to be the way it is WandaVision, Falcon Winter Soldier, Loki, and now What If. The last couple episodes are really, they've got your heart into it, and now they're going to really play on those heartstrings. And the infinitesimal Easter eggs that they have in every one of their shows. I'm just an action fan since childhood. I don't like comic books, but DC and Marvels, more Marvels now. And I saw your post on Instagram. I'm a supporter. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. When I watch any of the DC movies, they don't. I'm starting to think that might be the biggest difference, is that it's a story unto itself with no minuscule Easter eggs that you can talk about with your comic friends for days, weeks, months, and almost years that you're still finding stuff. I was in a trivia contest for the MCU, and one of the questions was, in what movie was the first reference to Wakanda? And I thought about that for a little bit, and it was one kid out of the entire room. He was about 13, and there were 100 people in the room. One kid got it right. It was Iron Man 2. I'm like, Iron Man 2? How's that Iron Man 2? It was in the end credit scene. There's a map on the wall behind the characters with a white dot on Africa showing where Wakanda is. I looked at the kid and I was like, dang, that's some dedication. By the way, I still did win that competition. That's why I got my little plastic medal here. I knew other questions that he didn't know because they had to do with more stuff, I guess, that you would remember as an adult. One of the questions was Guardians of the Galaxy Part 2. And the opening scene, everybody's on the... Wait, was that Guardians of the Galaxy Part 2? No, I'm sorry. That was in Infinity War. And Groot, teenage Groot, is playing a video game. What video game was he playing? Now, I remember that particular video game as a kid. I hated that game. So when I saw Groot playing it, it struck a chord with me, and I will never forget. That 13-year-old has no idea. He's never been in the arcade back in 1983 when that game came out. It was Defender. I hated Defender because it had too many buttons. So, I mean, guys, I don't know if you're doing stuff in the background and just playing this, or if you feel like throwing any kinds of questions at me, if there's anything that you'd like to know about me, I'd be more than happy to answer them. I always keep an eye on eBay auctions. By the way, I did notice I've been watching ASM 361, first appearance of Carnage, and the prices since the movie has come out have dropped quite a bit. I saw a 9.6 earlier sell for $290, and 9.6s were much higher than that before. Uh-oh. Okay. Now I'm waiting. I got a message. I'm waiting for a book that I ordered February, and it's still not happening. Now I'm looking at my. Okay, so there are a couple other books that I think that people ought to pay attention to. One, a lot of people are looking at, I believe it's number 3, Marvel's Superhero Secret Wars, number 3, because that's when Titania gets her powers boosted up by the Beyonder or by the Machine in the Secret Wars. I think it was just a machine. It's been a long time since I read it. And it's been pretty much announced that Titania is going to be the villain or the bad person or the arch nemesis, whatever, in the She-Hulk series. Now, yes, it's nice to have that Marvel Secret Heroes, but that's not Titania's first appearance. Titania's first appearance is Marvel 2-in-1, number 54, which is Thing and Deathlock, the Destroyer. So that's actually an added bonus, is if they do come out with a Deathlock the Destroyer movie, that's an additional book that will get a boost from that. Just like they're coming out with the Blade series. It wasn't just the Werewolf by the Tomb of Dracula that went up in price because of that. It's about any book with Blade on it. Any book with Moon Knight has gone up because of the Moon Knight series. So if Titania actually becomes a popular character, that'll go up. But if Deathlock becomes a popular character, then all books with him, early appearances, will also go up. Does anyone know if Alex Ross is going to make the last Timeless cover? Punisher. Do not know, but man, I kind of hope so. That sounds really awesome. Hey, Jimmy G, I have a question for you. Are you an Art Germ fan? People are either I love it or I hate him. Me, the majority of his covers I really love. Some don't hit me as others. Momoko, I'm sorry, I'm getting tired of. I still love Frizzen. I think I'll always be a Frizzen fan. But one of the other books. I got into Syndicate today, and last week I was there, and I was saying he's changed over his system for his pull list, and I look on the wall and I see Something is Killing the Children number 20. I'm like, dude, that wasn't in my box. I subscribed to that. Oh yeah, I didn't want to say it, but that's exactly what I'm saying. So, yeah, I love his Catwoman covers also. I gotta admit that one. I think those were some of the first covers that I saw by him, and I actually thought they were pictures. That's how really good they were. So, so I told him, we look it up, and I'm not listed as a subscriber. I said, well, I'll take care of that later on. Because he's redoing the system, it must have dropped off some of the books. And I get home, and I can't subscribe. I can't subscribe. It won't let me subscribe to get the books every single month. And then I start researching, and I found out it won't let me subscribe because number 20 was the last book. So I get there today, and I'm kind of pulling his leg a little bit. I'm like, John, I still can't subscribe to Something is Killing the Children. Are you sure? Open up your phone. Let's take a look at it. And I said, no, you don't have to look at it. I'll tell you right now, I can't subscribe. Okay, I picked up number 20 from you last week, but I cannot subscribe to this book. He said, why? I said, because there is no 21. We both got a good laugh out of that. Now, I'm hoping they come back. I mean, this is not the first break that Something is Killing has taken. By the way, Nicole, if you want a good book, and you pick it up at a trade paperback because you don't want to try to buy the originals, Something is Killing the Children. That's a really good storyline. If Stray Dogs is another one. I just had that book as the trade paperback. You can get a trade paperback for less, or a second or third or fifth or 12th printing. What are some of the other books that she would like? I got to take a look at this Inferno cover now. Oh, but anyway, real quick before I forget, it's Something to Kill the Children. I did pick up the 1 in 25 Valerio. I don't know how this person pronounces their last name other than Shitty. Schiti. I mean, if they can have a Schitt's Creek, then you can have a shitty artist. This cover is one of those. I love this cover. The eyes, there's the machete, and you got the small version of herself here. So, yeah, I'm waiting delivery on that, and I'm hoping it's as good a condition as it looks in the pictures, because that is one I want in a slab. So let's take a quick look. Send me the information after this. Absolutely. Wolfman, welcome to join us. I appreciate you jumping in. I got the last Ronin number 4 today. I heard people saying that wasn't as good as the first 3. Did you get a chance to read it, Wolfman? I'd like to know that. So we had. I'm sorry for the silence. I sometimes I have a hard time typing, thinking what I'm going to type, and saying it's different things at the same time. Whoa, no, whoa. Are you talking about the Inferno one? Are you talking about the one with Mystique? Damn. Okay. Yeah, I think you're talking about the one with Mystique. And he draws Wanda, Scarlet Witch very well too. Yeah. Um. Okay, I think I know what I'm doing tonight. I'm just going to scroll through different pictures of Archer and comics. uh. So I got that message. Man, it's just everything is popping up so quickly here. Okay. Let's close that. Put it down. Put it down. Put it down. Yeah, I love Frism. I mean, that's right there. The artwork that I think that was my first real exposure to her. And I got this one when it first came out. It's funny. I bought the Lee and the Frism, both at the same time, and I did not buy the regular cover. I had to go back and buy that one. Yeah. Who was it that did the was it number 3 fourth printing or number 4 third printing? The one where she's in the tub, which is basically just full of blood with the cut marks on her back. Who drew that cover, if anybody can remember? Oh, okay. Yeah, again, one person's opinion doesn't say whether or not the story is perfect or not. Wolfman, I appreciate you letting me know about that one. So now, I mean, I haven't picked up number 4 yet. Actually, I forgot to get to that side of the store. Well, there it is. I have to pick up spend some more money, and I've tried so hard to keep it under 100 this week. Okay. So yes, I'm going to be doing the Calhoun Comic and Toy Expo. Not this Saturday, but the following Saturday, the 16th. So as a result, I'm going to take off the 15th so I can go through Go Collect and eBay and everything else and just put accurate pricing on the books. It's really stupid when you have a price of something on a book that was hot 2 months ago and it's now selling for half the amount. Somebody picks up the book and looks at it and it kind of assumes that every price you have is blown out of proportion, and at that point they don't want to have anything to do with you. I mean, and rightly so. You're not doing your homework, and I got the first 2 trade paperbacks, so my run starts at number 10. I actually think my run. I think the earliest issue I have first print is number 9, and I have the 2 new trade paperbacks that are coming out this month. I have those pre-ordered. The one with the sleeve and the other one. I'm going to try to very, very, very carefully read them because I'd like to keep those in great condition. What books do you think I should get into? Because I started collecting about 6 months ago, and I've been enjoying the ride so far. Well, what's your goal, Wolfman? Are you trying to buy books that you will enjoy reading? Are you trying to buy books for an investment? Are you trying to buy books that you can flip soon and try to use them for that money for other things? What's your goal? You're just trying to read good stories. Man, there's a lot of good stories out there, especially recently. Wolfman says I started also collecting the new Infinite Frontier Joker series. Not familiar with that. There are much better people to ask about the DC comics than me. I'll be honest. I've always been a Marvel person. DC's never been my strong point. I could try to have a conversation, but I'm usually the one that people go, okay, and then they walk away from me. So yeah, Wolfman, what would you what's your end game? What are you trying to to do, to learn, to gain out of comic books. A great collection, things that you can trade with other people. What I personally am trying to do is I'm trying to get books that I think that in a year, 6 months to a year to maybe even 2 years, will escalate quite a bit in money, with the intention of me selling them at that time so I can have the funds to buy the books that I truly want. Now, what are the books that I truly want? Well, one of them, every time I start figuring out how I'm going to get enough money, it goes up in price, and it's an AF-15, and I don't care if I get a 0.5. Earlier in the year, I wanted to get a 0.5, and I was thinking if I sell all these books and I get to 10 grand, maybe I can even get a 1. Well, thanks to that wonderful $3.6 million sale, everything, it trickled down all the way through all the grades. It's out of reach again. So I would, to tell you the truth, I really like reading the comics, and I also like the comic art and covers. For reading good amounts of stories, there's a lot of great books in this. Look at the omnibus. And it's basically, they're books about this big, and they have full runs of comic stories. And a lot of them are not terrible. I think you get, like, say, let's just say there's 20 comics in there, and it costs $50. It's $250 per comic book. And I think they just came out with an X-Men omnibus run. If you were to go to, oh my God, how am I forgetting it? Is it Gemmin Collectibles? Yeah, Gemmin Collectibles. He's got over 100,000 subscribers, and behind him is a wall of just omnibuses. And there are a lot of great stories in there. It's story runs for reading. Hey, Baki, how's it going? Just got off. Glad I made it. Hello at Ohana and family. So now I have 2 moderators in the room. I'm such a major YouTuber. Like, wow, for sure. Oh, boy. So yeah, you missed quite a lot of books. I'm sure that you'll go back to Baki. But how you doing? Oh, just to let you know also that I do have a winner. I'm going to say this again for the 500 subscriber Venom Annual #1. The 5th week pick name did not contact me for a full week, but Mr. Vidal contacted me on Saturday saying that he and his entire family had been ill, and given that I was ill during the same time, I can relate. And I told him that if the 5th place did not pick it up in his order, claim it within his allotted time, because he was the one on the clock, that rather than pick a 6th name, I would give it to him. So I've already had conversations with him, and Mr. Vidal again is the winner for that. And in case you're tuning in late, the 750 subscriber, when we hit it, will be Amazing Spider-Man #210, first appearance of Madam Web, in a 9.2 white page. And the 1,000 subscriber, in case anybody is interested in helping us get to that point, is going to be the Miles, the Ultimate Fallout #4. What's the white one? Pacelli variant in a 9.6 white page. So hopefully he'll get his gift. Yes, I'll make sure of it. The one thing I didn't confirm from Mr. Vidal is what country he lives in. So I'm hoping it's not something that's going to cost $100 in shipping. Things are getting a little bit nuts right now. Definitely like what? Okay, I have 2 of them in the Infinity War omnibus. Also, I have the Infinity Crusade omnibus. Okay, so you did know about the buses already. That's great. Did you pick up Stray Dogs? There's a lot of different movie homage covers out there. It's a 5-part book, if I got that right. Another great storyline that's going on right now is The House on the Lake. No, that's not there. I think they're at #5. No, Nice House on the Lake. It's a very interesting story, and it kind of snuck up on people. I think #1's actually selling for about $20 right now. And guys, just because it's from DC or Marvel, a newer book, does not mean that it cannot achieve value. People are like, oh, they printed so many copies of it. Strange Academy #1 and a 9.8. What's that? I mean, okay, Rich, got to shoot my. Okay, go please, and make sure. And you did put a link to your video channel in here, so this way other people can join in too. And thank you very much for joining, Jimmy. So yeah, Nice House on the Lake is a really good storyline. This is going to be 12 books. You might want to check that one out as well. Let me see what other storylines now. Guys, jump in here. Tell me what other books we can recommend to Wolfman. Gotta turn around. I have to look. I have to think. Making me think. What are you crazy? I worked all day. I don't want to come here and think. Off the top of my head, I do not know. Oh, well, let's see. Serial was another good book, and I know that has been optioned. Please like the chat on your way in or on your way out. It works either way. If there was a way of doing it twice, it'd be great. But thank you very much, Nicole. Serial is an interesting storyline. Okay. It's a child possessed serial killer with 50 years knowledge of how to be a serial killer. Shadecraft is another interesting storyline that is doing well. A storyline that kind of petered out, did not live well up to expectations, was We Only Find Them When They're Dead. A lot of people had high hopes for that. It didn't. It did not reach expectations. If you can go back and read the original Marvel superheroes Secret Wars, I would recommend reading those. There are also some video channels where they will read them basically to you and flip the pages, as well as digital services where you can read a lot of the books online. There's a new one that just came out from Marvel, Dark Ages, and I saw that. I read the first one. I love it. I picked up number 2 today. I'm not going to say what it's about, but I almost feel like there's a tie into What If. I'm sorry, I do. Let's see. I also like collecting older books. I have The Breaking of the Batman. Oh, okay, yeah, with Bane. Yes, absolutely. Do you have any of your books ever graded? I actually have one of my books from 30 years ago. I found in a folder. It was Spider-Man 328, I think it was. That was one where he had the cosmic powers and he's punching Hulk on the cover. And I sent it off. I think I got a 9.0 or a 9.2. And I was just happy that I had a book that had been sitting somewhere really not well protected for that many years. And yeah, there are certain books that they're not worth a lot, but they're worth a lot to me. I'm so sorry for making you think. Well, yes, you should be. How dare you? Oh, if only I could get my boss to have the same mentality and just leave me alone, man. Just sit there and just, daydream about comics all day and get paid. Now that's a job. That's a job. I want that one. You know what? And I'm going to just jump topics here real quick. Nicole, you and I are literally within 30 miles of each other for how many years, and we have not gotten together one time for lunch? Not even just once. We have got to remedy that. So, I mean, we can't go to Atlantic City on the bus again and watch people get drunk in the back, but it's fun. I'm running out of things to say, and I don't want to ramble for no apparent reason. So I am going to wrap this up, and I want to thank everybody for joining me yet again. If you can, make sure that you do, please click on the like button. I tried CBCS Fast Pass. It took a month for the books to be received / graded. My regular submissions was just received after 2 months. I have 4 submissions currently at CBCS. Now, a couple months ago, I was advocating switching to CBCS because of all the problems that were going on with CGC and the fact that they had just raised their rates. I'm like, you don't screw up and get more money. I mean, geez, I'll do that all day at work. Hey, I'll break this, I'll screw this up, and I'll ask for a raise. And I don't like the fact that CBCS, who the founder, the founder of CBCS was the guy that was the original grader at CGC. He set the standards for the grading. So I really think that CGC and CBCS prices should be comparable. To lose 15-20% uh, based on the name on the grading, I think is stupid. The biggest difference that people just don't like is the fact that CBCS, the number is harder to see than CGC. CGC, it really stands out. And the reason being is that the founder, first grader of CGC, the founder of CBCS, he did not want your eyes to be the first thing you see, the grade, and look at this and say, oh, that's a 2.5 Iron Man or Submariner, instead of saying, oh, that's an Amazing Spider-Man number 43, and then try to see the grade. He wanted the focus to be the book. The part that he's not understanding is that the focus needs to be the customer. And if the customers want that label, then that's what they should get. But anyway, I have 4 submissions there. First submission, I sent it in the beginning of April. They received it into their system May 7th. It's still in processing. It's not in grading. It's a regular 10-book modern submission. No pressing, no cleaning, no special labels, no nothing. The next submission, which I'm still fighting with them for, was a Spider-Man number 1, 1990, the regular cover, the McFarlane one. Really nice condition, signed by Stan Lee. And I sent it in for grading, slabbing, and authentication. They can't find it. I've been calling every couple weeks. Every time I call, I hear, well, who did you talk to last time? Oh, God, I don't even know who I'm talking to this time. You haven't told me your name. Well, what's the tracking number? I've given you guys a tracking number 15 times. Do you not see a file in front of you? Oh, yeah, I see the tracking number. Okay, I'll email you an update. I have never received an email. The tracking number through USPS is now no longer valid because it's too old. You can't even track it anymore. And every time I talk to them is I'll email you. I'm like, do you have my email address? Yeah, we have it, which I know they do because I do get updates. The next submission, which was mailed in April, they received in July 10th. And the submission that I mailed off in August still hasn't been received. So I don't have any. So no, I don't have any graded books. Well, Wolf, man, we have got to remedy that, man. We got to try to make sure that when I make a 750 subscriber book video, you make a comment and do the whole thing like you did for the 500. We got to figure out how to get that book to you then, or get some book to you. My last submission I did send to CGC, and I do have one other submission that's at CGC. This one was for cleaning and pressing, and I mailed this off at the end of January. It's 3 books. Ultimate 4, number 4, regular, first print. And Star Wars number 3, first appearance of Doc Afra, and Amazing Spider-Man, annual 16 Canadian price variant. All 3 books were sent to CBCS a year ago for cleaning, pressing, and return, and they graded them and sent them back to me within 4 weeks with no grading and pressing. They said that I did not ask for grading and pressing. I said, yes, I did. I have it on the receipt. I paid for it. They said, no, you didn't. And then they issued me a refund. So did I pay for it or did I not? You just gave me the money back without me asking for it. Emmanuel Cabrera was timed out by Always Nicole for 300 seconds. I don't even know what that means. See, I take I got to get myself a pair of reading glasses because what I have are bifocals, which is why you'll always see me doing the grandpa thing. Hey, what is he writing over there? I can't see this. I don't know if you can see something in the chat or not, but I got a little note between I didn't do anything. It says Emmanuel Cabrera was timed out by Always Nicole for 300 seconds. And I have no idea what that means. Message deleted by Always. Did you delete? You didn't delete a message either, right? See if that helps. Anyway, now I'm starting to just get nowhere. Good evening, John. How's it going, dude? Oh man, I feel so horrible. First of all, I love the omnibus commercials that you did for the X-Men comics. I was just talking to Wolfman about the X-Men omnibuses. Um, Back in January, if anybody wants John's Comic Book, because they also have some claim sales and auctions and everything too. Back in January, one of the things that I got from you, yeah, I'm going to tell you. Why do you feel horrible? I'm going to tell you. Back in January, I got a one of the claims, and I looked it up. I think it was $20 or $25. It had Invincible Iron Man in it, including number 1, including number 3. It had several other ones in there, and at the time, it wasn't a super hot book. I looked at that number 1 when it came in. I'm like, dude, this is in nice condition. It came back a CGC 9.8. And the 3, I think, is going to do the same. I'm like, I only paid $20 for these. I feel bad. That doesn't mean I'm just going to arbitrarily send more money, but I still feel bad. So, again, if anybody goes to John's Comic Book Kids when he has their yay, congrats. I still feel bad. Thank you. I appreciate that. But if anybody goes to John's claim sale or auctions, if he says it's a mint book, man, it's a mint book. It is a mint book. I had the book up here for a while, but I've been trying to swap out the books. And number 3 is out for grading. Number 1 is back. So now I've got number 1, I've got number 7, and I've got number 9, all in 9.8s. If I can get number 3, that'd be fantastic. We'll see how that comes out. I'm trying to get my hands on the Black Silver Surfer series for a while. I'm willing to bet you that if you go to John's claim sale or even Southern Comic Geek, he has at 1 o'clock Central or 2 o'clock, or is it 1? No, it's 2 o'clock Eastern on Saturdays. And you mention it in the chat there. If they have it, they'll put it up there for auction for you. So glad you got that grade. Oh man, honestly, so am I. And I haven't seen Comic Gories on your channel for a while. Are you guys on a break for that, or? Yeah, I know you haven't had a time, but man, when you do have sales, you have great books and they're great condition. So I'm just trying to make sure that that's well known out there. And now my phone is vibrating, and there must be an eBay auction ending somewhere. I watch so many auctions; it's ridiculous. Just out of curiosity, what books are selling for? We did a Summer Olympics. I watched that. I was watching that as I was doing other things, so that's why you didn't see me chatting. But trying to get something happening this fall. The whole reason I'm being perfectly honest here, John. The whole reason I'm trying to practice doing live videos, and as people saw in the beginning, failing miserably, is because I'm hoping at some point I can compete in one of those Comic Cores. The biggest problem I have, though, is just trying to do anything on a weekday, because I can't guarantee if I'm going to be home at 6 p.m. or 2 in the morning. You know, it's just the nature of my job, unfortunately. I'm the maintenance supervisor for a company that has some very antiquated machines and an extreme desire to run production, whether they are in runnable condition or not. And I'm running out of duct tape. If anybody's not familiar, John's Comic Book Kids, they have a Sunday morning, almost like a Sunday morning with coffee, but Saturday morning show. Sorry. Well, they talk comic books, and he does it with his 2 daughters, and the fun and interaction and the love that these kids have for comic books and everything. It's cool to just sit back on a Saturday morning with one of those big round cups of coffee. You know, you get your feet up on the couch. Well, I can't do that anymore. Your feet sideways on the couch, just watching and listening and having a great time. The Comic Gories, I'm going to try to explain this the best I can. They'll have a series of categories, which people don't really know in advance. They'll be, just something very obtuse. And they'll have, I believe it's 6 different contestants. And they'll randomize the categories, and one will pop up, and it'll be something like bunny rabbits. And they have to 30 seconds or 20 seconds or whatever the time. No, it's 30 seconds for the other rounds to go through their entire collection and find the best book that either has bunny rabbits or they can explain off as bunny rabbits or sell the idea of bunny rabbits to the other people that are watching this live stream, and they vote right there who is the winner. So, no, I don't happen to have any books with bunny rabbits on it. Why was I timed out? I have no idea. We were trying to figure that out. I saw that myself. Anyway, Emmanuel, welcome here. I saw the little pop-up thing that's saying that you were timed out, and I didn't understand what that meant. So this is my first real scheduled live stream, which turned out to be a improvised secondary. If it offended you, I apologize. I don't know this. I'm a mechanical guy. This computer thing is with all the buttons. But anyway, you are more than welcome here, and I appreciate you joining. Are there any questions that anybody has? I see Manuel here that. Emmanuel, I see the comment by Nicole. I've known Nicole for getting close to 20 years. I can tell you right now, she ain't the sort of person to just start kicking people out of chat or doing anything. That's not her. The reason I made her a wrench is because of her character. Of course, now you don't know me, so to know if I'm telling the truth. But it is the truth. We are just passing the hour mark, and I don't want to keep everybody up all night. I'm just going to make a reminder, though, that anybody that's in North Georgia on the 16th of October, please try to make it a point to swing by the Calhoun Comic and Toy Expo. It's in Calhoun. There is a Facebook page for it. You can search that. It's got the address and hours and everything. These are the same people that usually do the Cartersville Comic and Toy Expo, but the restrictions at the Cartersville venue for the last couple of years for social distancing and space between the tables and everything else have just made it too prohibitive. Now I feel bad, Emmanuel. I didn't mean for you to. Okay, I'm finally in the room, and now it's ending. I apologize. I really do. I don't mean for you to feel offended in that, and shoot. But anyway, if anybody has, whether you see the video now live or in the future, if you do get a chance to come by the Calhoun Comic and Toy Expo, and you see me there, negotiate your best deal with me first, and then mention that you're a subscriber to my channel. I'll throw another 10% off the price. Okay, so please, I'd love to meet some of you guys in person. Nicole, we have got to make time to get together and go out for lunch or dinner or something. I don't know. I'll bring my wife. You bring your husband. We'll do it an old-fashioned double date. We'll go to what is it? What's the vegan restaurant that's in Atlanta? By the way, yeah, Nicole, I'm a vegan now. Sorry, you'd never know it. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining yet again. I really do appreciate. Looking forward to sending off this book to Mr. Vidal, and I'll send him a message as soon as this is over. But don't forget to like, subscribe, share, tell your friends there's a nutty guy on YouTube named Ohana Comics because he likes Stitch. He's a 50-year-old guy that likes Disney stuff. Really weird. Really, really weird. Thanks again. But as always, I'm out.